Okay, ever since I started this channel, the most common question in the comments section is, where does a director find ad agencies to work with? There are also different variants of this question, but they all more or less mean the same thing. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and get comfortable because we're about to go deep. Disclaimer number one. This video talks about the commercial industry and maybe a bit about music videos too, but the world of feature films operates in a completely different way. So if you're not into commercial filmmaking, this video might not be interesting to you. Disclaimer number two. I made this video specifically for aspiring directors. So if you are a cinematographer or editor, stylist, set designer, or colorist, you may still find this entertaining, but it may not be as relevant to your case, to your specific field. Alright, so first things first, you gotta grasp how the world of advertising operates in general. So let's cover some basic concepts. So yeah, the most basic understanding of your job is this. There's a brand that needs some marketing tools to push their products, services, or just brand image to their audience. These can be so many different mediums like photography, posters, banners, events, and so on. But some of it is video and these little films called commercials. And that's when they need someone to make the videos for them. This is where you step in as a filmmaker. As any type of filmmaker, especially if your goal is to direct, your main function is to keep creating some work that reflects your unique style and voice. It's essential to build a portfolio that showcases your talent. You can include spec work for some fictional brands or even real brands. The cool thing about that is that it allows entry-level clients who may not have a lot of video projects each month to see how well you can capture their brand identity. And let's be real, if you're just starting out as a director, you can't really expect to land gigs with, the global brands, the big brands right off the bat. Most likely you'll be working with local brands on a smaller scale, and that's completely fine. Basically everything I mentioned earlier is pretty self-explanatory, you would say. Noor, where's the information ad agencies? Yeah, I get it. We had to cover the basics to delve into the deeper understanding of the advertising world. So if you're looking to shoot commercials for the big players, the big boys, the Nikes, the Apples, the Samsung, and your local big brands that put out loads of contents, product launch videos and campaigns and have millions of dollars to spare in investing, then your approach should be slightly different. Often when it comes to those kinds of jobs, brands hire these advertising agencies, and they can be called different names in the industry like ad agency or a creative agency, but they're all essentially the same thing. They will assign a creative team that will spend months and months on each ad campaign, and then these ad agencies come up with an idea. And once the brand gives the green light to the agency's idea, the agency hires a production team to handle the job. And sometimes multiple production teams compete for the same job, either based on the price or other factors, which is called bidding process. So this is the point where a production company will start searching for directors to hire. And what exactly do you need to do for this to happen to you? Like I said just a few moments ago, a director or not, you need to focus on making an exceptionally good portfolio that reflects your voice, your sense of style, and your personality. And having a portfolio online is really great, but I don't think it's enough. You got to start networking and getting in touch with your local producers and show them that, that awesome portfolio of yours. And you can even share some of your previous treatments and pitch decks with them, just to let them know, that you know your stuff. And if you want to learn how to write them, there's always my ebook called Treatment Writing 101 available at your service on my website, along with some really awesome treatment templates. Lots of people have been reaching out to me saying that this ebook was really helpful to getting started in their commercial directing careers, so there you go. So you find a bunch of good producers, and then they introduce you to their clients, which their clients are essentially ad agencies. Now, one mistake that I see a lot of beginner directors make, including myself when I was just starting out, is that they hang out with the tiniest and honestly the crappiest producers they have access to. Or sometimes even worse, when they try to turn their friends into producers who are terrible at organizing and just don't have what it takes to be a good producer. And only because you're starting out, don't settle for mediocre producers. Just because you're a beginner doesn't mean a really talented producer won't collaborate with you if you know your stuff. Well, good producers handle all kinds of production budgets and scales, and if a job is a good fit for you, they will be sure to send it your way. And never think that just because you're new to the game, you should limit yourself to working with small group of subpar producers. It will kill your growth instantly. And you need people who are better than you and more experienced than you to help you grow. How do you even identify a good producer? First, you can ask around and gather some feedback from your friends and buddies, and you can evaluate them based on the production company they're associated with. Also, check out how many projects they've handled in the past and where they've got credits. I don't know, but usually it's just this vibe, you know? Like if it feels like a producer doesn't know something that they should know, it's a red flag for me personally. So let's cover some basic concepts. Another route that you can choose to go down if you had some traction already and have a few good projects under your belt, you can find yourself a representation deal, either through a production company or a talent agency. And basically when a company represents you, they become your sales team. They will help you package yourself up and sell you, and in return they will take a certain percentage of your rate. So let's say they get you a one-day shoot job and your rate is $5,000 for that, and most of them will take anywhere between 10 and 20%, so they will earn $500 to $1,000 from that transaction alone. But then again, you have to understand that they can't sell you if you don't have prior work, so finding an agent doesn't guarantee immediate success, or any success for that matter. It still requires you to put in the work, and frankly, maybe even more work than when you're on your own. The good thing about them is that they usually have a big network and they will send you jobs. And if it's a good agent, they will make sure to only send you the kinds of jobs that you would personally be interested in. When it comes to rep agents, there are so many nuances that I discuss in my ebook, Get Signed. If you want to learn about agents and how to build a working relationship with them, where to look for them, and figuring out the best terms and conditions, check it out. You'll find a lot of value in that ebook if that's the route you want to go down. So yeah, let's recap. There are two general routes you can go down as a director working in commercials. It's either direct to client, where you do everything yourself, all the communications, all the legal stuff, logistics, budgeting. You can hire a team to help you out with that, but still you're working directly with the client and you are the main person in contact. Or there's another option, the production route, where you are hired by production companies on a project basis. And then within that, you have an option to either get signed and working more or less exclusively with the same company or companies, or keep yourself free and working jobs and be your own sales team. There's a lot of confusion I notice beginner directors have, and based on the comments you guys leave underneath my videos, a lot of you guys have it mixed up. In my opinion, as a freelance director, you don't really need to directly reach out to big brands or ad agencies at all. Again, I use the word agency a lot here, but advertising agencies and talent agencies are two completely different things. So it's pointless to contact advertising agencies because for the most part, they don't care. They don't care about directors. They only care about you when you're already on set directing their campaign. Otherwise, they will stay in touch, in contact with their direct supply chain, meaning production companies. So the return on investment, or better say return on your effort, is much higher if you spend all that time and energy networking with producers, production companies, and talent agencies, because those are the people directly hiring you or helping you to promote yourself. Thank you for watching, and I hope this video was helpful to you. If it was, please consider subscribing. If you have any questions left, please leave them at the comments section, and I'll try to get back to you. Thank you for watching. Peace out.